Hi there, Ron Villaver here of Variable Play, and welcome to another unboxing or sleeving. I'm not sure if this has cards for me to sleeve, but I'm sure I'm going to be trying to organize them. Or maybe not, because it is made by, is it made by Plan B Game? Guys who made Azul. Today I'm going to be unboxing Beez. Is it the guys who made Azul? It's next move. Oh, it's Plan B Games. There. Plan B Games. So this is Beez, and not showing the screen. So I'm going to be unboxing Beez. Let's do that again. Went straight into talking about it. This is Beez by Dan Halstead, and uh, it's from Plan B Game. So I think from the makers of Azul, which got me interested and also very interested with the movement of the cute little bee. So we're gonna find out what it looks like inside, but also how are you guys? How's your week going? Um, BAECON is this weekend, so if you guys are going to BAECON, we do have a heads up. Um, this weekend there's gonna be a rally in Makati, so it's gonna be a bit tricky. So look it up. I know there's a rally from one of the candidates. They will be marching from Makati heading towards Pasay. So um, our advice would be we would be posting some advice how to get there based on the sort of their schedule. Uh, but yeah, I think the best advice would be to be there early if you are going on a Saturday. It is a Saturday and a Sunday, so if that might be a trouble to you, get there early. Then I would suggest that you either go late when the rally has already moved to Pasay. I know that they're just starting their walk from Makati to Pasay. That's how I understood. Um, but Eton West End is along with the Buendia, so more likely we will be affected on Saturday. But if you are there early, you guys can, of course, get more gaming ahead. So please be advised. We would be sharing more information as we learn more about the events this weekend. But we are, of course, super excited for Bacon. But before we go to Bacon, I'm also very excited to see what's inside Bees. I've always loved abstract games, primarily because I think abstract games have per- is a really good um, part of your as an advocate. It's an important part of my toolkit for getting people into gaming because the theming for abstract games, at least in the modern era of game design, has been more approachable. Um, and abstract ever since was, it's very thinky, um, but the rule set is very concise, a very quick rule set, and because of this, uh, it's easy to learn but difficult to master. So that's the thing about abstract games. There's a lot of uh, thinking, but the rules are very simple. So, and it's actually very difficult to. Ironically, it is a little bit difficult. It has its own difficulty in designing a an abstract game. Uh, my game that was published, Folded Wishes, it's an abstract game, and there's a lot of difficulty because of the simplicity of the framework. Uh, you would end up with a very chess-like. um, sort of situation where you know your opponent wins by your mistake. Hi, Danilin. Good evening. So by design, uh, when what I learned when I was designing Folded Wishes is that you start with a good framework, you start with a good sort of game loop, if you may, your turn structure, but you would need to somehow sort of soften the stinkiness of it by adding a bit more uh, variance. And hey, I have something to sleeve. There are cards. Okay. Hopefully, I have the correct sizes. Okay, open up the box. Uh, really cool cover. So I like the whole beehive hexagonal uh, tessellations and of course the flowers, but more importantly, the cute bee. Tama, di ba? Plan B ang gumawa ng Azul. Yes, yes. See, I can see the proof. Really, Plan B did Azul. So Plan B games, love their components. Pwede pala gumawa nung that sort of stacking construction. Back in the day, this is how people learned about other games, not through the internet. It's when they buy a game, there's a catalog that comes along with the game, and then from there, like, ooh, I also want that, and they would order these. Uh, Reef was quite popular a few years ago. Of course, the Century trilogy and its Golem counterpart, Camelot. Ah, there, Junk Art. So Junk Art, really good game, and Coimbra, Great Western Trail. Ah, nice. Okay. As here's some illustrations of how. Oh, okay. So after, I guess after I punch out the board, it's telling me the rest of the components should go back down there. That's cool. We have the rule book. I'll go back to the rule book in a bit. Let's bring out the component. And I have an appendix. Okay. All right. Nice. So this is the personal board that has sort of like three, what do you call this? Inset. It has three cutouts. You have the hex, which is actually with the circle, and then you have another circle. So just two layers of cutouts. Simple back. That looks good. Really thick. Really thick. And we have the large flower tokens. I know, pretty nice, right? And the pollen. They're technically the big pollen and the small pollen. Ah, I think these are standard size. You can sleeve those in a bit. And this is sort of your indicator how much you gathered. The starting zone, the score sheet, and of course the cutest bee. It, they're hefty. They're hefty. Wow. So there you go. There's the adorable bee. There's some clear wings. Sturdy plastic, huh? And the bee itself got one for each color. Cool. Cool, cool. I wonder what they meant with the insert. There's something underneath. Ah, okay. There you go. So these are the board. Poland should not be seen by kids. Not be mistaken as pets can be. Yeah, yeah, agree. They look very nice and edible. So we will be punching out the boards. I wonder where the boards will go after though. Do they fit back in the box? We'll find out. All right. So these are where the pollens go. The big one's gonna. Actually, this is not. This is different. There are no pollens here. This is where the water droplet, and this is where the pollens will end up. So the big pollen goes here. The small ones go. And I believe they've designed it such that I need to put the these back to the bottom of the box because that's where they need the insert to still push upwards so that the rest of the components would be working correctly in place. People time music. What's feeding the duck? That's B enough. That's feeding the duck. That's the music for feeding the duck. Okay. Let me try something else. There we go. Much better. All right. Okay. So we have those punched out. We can now put them back in the box. Perfect. They still are snug. Have this one over here. I am guessing these are for the bee. Ah, okay, gotcha. So these will be on their individual colors. Because we have the so is that the intention? I think they're randomized. So I would assume they would have intended this to be um I guess it's randomized. I doubt that it's arranged. Otherwise it's gonna be tricky. And the question is do I? But now that I have one arranged, the OC people are gonna go, what are you doing? Sige, para at least meron tayong picture, have them, okay, they're not enough. Arrange them enough. Tapos hindi pala siya dyan. Okay. Next are the big one. I am guessing they would go there. And these tiny ones, would they set the intention? Yes, that's the intent. Cool. Okay. So they do go there. Now, I'm guessing the cards would either go there or somewhere there. Not entirely sure. Let's keep the cards first. How was your Holy Week? Have you guys were you able to get some rest and spend time maybe away from work in the province? I was able to. We were able to watch the last week's open game night stream, which I ran during the day because I'm my internet there was very spotty. Um, Basically, my phone had some issues, and I wasn't getting the correct signal. So fortunately, I had a Wi-Fi stick with me, so that allowed me to survive a bit. Otherwise, pretty crazy because, yeah, no signal. That's, what should I use? Because these are jars of honey. Nice, nice. If you guys want to try how to play Beez, I suggest you join us this BAECON weekend, April 23 and 24, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. in the evening. There will be a lot of gaming, and there will also be a lot of networking. Not the income side, the gastos. It's networking to find potential game groups that you guys can organize and meet up. Now that you were able to find people that like the same games that you like, and wow, am I good at estimating or what? I just randomly grabbed. That was a very fortunate pull. Highly experienced sleever. So that was pretty exact. Okay. I think I would still need some sort. I wonder if it's okay. Yep, okay, will do. Perfect. Let's stay there. Okay. Now the question is, do these all fit? I'm guessing these are. Ha! Ha ha! Parang sinukat. Sinukat nga nila. Actually, sinukat nila. Wow. Snug fit with sleeves. Good job, Plan B Games. Thank you for understanding people like me who cannot play good games that are not that's unsleeved. But it's more of like if a game is good, I really want to be able to preserve it so that more people can play it. That, that's my primary reason why I leave my game. Because I guess if it's just for your own purpose, then you don't really have to sleeve it because you could be as careful as you can. But board gaming is a lot about playing the game with a lot of people, and because of that, I need to be able to have my games uh, be a bit resilient. All right, so look at the rule book. I don't think I have enough space at my table at the moment to play the full game. Just check out the rule book a bit, and then I'm gonna close off the stream. Um, so welcome to the Secret Life of Beez. Within our global ecosystems, bees play a fundamental role, flying from one flower to another to gather their priceless nectar. They also pollinate the plants they visit. This simple action ensures the growth of the flowers and plants and makes an irreplaceable contribution keeping the world's environment healthy. Bees invite players to discover the laborious world of bees. Only those who keep an eye on objectives will make the tastiest honey from the nectar they collect. Oh, okay. So those are not pollen, they're nectar. Alrighty. Um, and my play area is my beehive, where I put the nectar I've collected. Cute. Okay, we have the bees, the four-player markers, objective. We have a card overview for the appendix, the leaf tiles, and the starting tile, plus the different powers. All right. So bees move. So what's really interesting with the game is they were able to simulate bee movement, or at least give you mechanically, if a bee was a game, if the movement of bees were a game, why do they waggle the that's the name of the movement, the waggle dance? Why do they move the way they move? And the way it would work, let's see if I can do a quick setup. Where's the setup? Setup for my quick setup. I don't think I can fit it in this table. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do a bit of a simulation, I guess, of how they might. Right? So this is bigger, normally be bigger, and let's just have some. I'm not entirely sure. Those are how you place them. You would be placing the on their circle, and let's get a B. Dami hefty talaga ng B. Okay. So, the way it works is the bees, they have the numbers on them. So right in front of the bee, it cannot move in that direction. So if my bee is here and it's facing this way, it cannot move there. It will not move there. Okay? I have a choice where it will move. The way that works is I need to rotate in that direction to be able to move that number. 1 or 5 spaces, 2 or 4 spaces, or if I reverse, 3 spaces. And that's exact. So for example, I'm here. I cannot, if I want to get this, I cannot do that. I could, however, rotate, and then move one. because it's one or five. If I would fall out of the zone, I'm not allowed to do that. Next, so in that case, I would now be able to pick this up, gonna stick on my tummy, and I would be placing that since I moved one space, I would be placing this on the one spot in my beehive. Right? And then the next player will do their turn, and they're doing the same thing. You're trying to collect different objectives. The objectives might be uh, for every completed row, or um, the one outside, or you're forming the same colors on a certain shape, and so forth. So those are different objectives you might be doing. But what I really was intrigued about the game was the move. So, for example, um, I want to do so I could currently is 0, 1, 5, and then 2, 4, right? So if I rotate 1, 2, so that's my 2, 4, I can move 2, and now since I land on a water droplet, it's gonna move again. So I could say I'm gonna double back, and I'm gonna hit the 3. So I'm gonna rotate 1, 2, 3, and now I can pick this up. So your bees will now be moving around the flower patch, as everybody's own bee would be trying to figure out how they can navigate their bee to pick up the correct pollen, the correct nectar, and complete their objectives. That's pretty much how the game works. Very very simple framework, but just on the movement alone, I'm very very intrigued of how that puzzle would pan out. So I'm excited to play that. And if you also are excited to try this, you can of course do that by joining us this weekend on BAECON 2020. So as a reminder, we've learned about the um, there is a rally this weekend, so that would greatly affect our the traffic situation in the area. Just be advised and uh, stay safe and we will try to share as much information as we can in reference to like where people could possibly um, ride the jeepney and so forth, depending on where you guys are coming from. Hi, Sir Soy. Yes, the game is very pretty, and we will play this on BAECON. The only thing I noticed, and most abstracts, they don't put it right away. So like my folded wishes, I didn't put it right away. Um, so they don't have it here, but I wonder if there's a solo variant for Beez already. So I can think of a few ways how to implement one if they don't have it yet. Uh, so I'm excited to try it out. This is the annex for the different objectives. Hi, Aldrich. Yeah, so just reminding everyone. So this Saturday, Sunday we're clear. Saturday there is a rally in Makati, and they started in Makati. They will be heading out to Pasay. So that would affect, the traffic situation and uh, commute, and so forth. So just be aware of that. We would understand. Uh, so what we're gonna try to do, my team and I would be there quite early, because we're still setting up the chairs and setting up all the other things. There are still a lot of stuff to do. We're still coordinating with with our suppliers for uh, the different things we need for the convention. So we're super excited. We're thankful that you guys will be joining us for this BAECON 2022. Um, you know, we had a pause, but now we're super excited to get things back. And hopefully, we would have after that a lot of game groups that are people can easily go about and move about. Hi, Kenneth. Good evening, good evening. So I was just reminding everyone that on Saturday there's also a rally that will start in Kati area, moving towards Pasay. So that might affect our logistics and transport at that area. So either come in early or maybe avoid it a little bit. We will try to figure out what are the other um, ways to commute there, or at least options how to get there. But I think we're in the outskirts of Makati, so maybe it's not going to be as effective. So, super thank you everyone for joining me this evening. Uh, I hope to see you guys in BAECON. Yes, BAECON is super near. So excited, and thank you for everybody that is supporting and helping the community grow. Until next time, thank you everyone for joining me. This is Ron Villaver. See you guys on Saturday and Sunday. Bye bye.